Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. Of course I dropped stuff. See if I can actually get up on the bed. It's been a little tough. Oh, it's been tough to get up on the bed. My stupid back and my stupid foot. My neck feels a little better, but my back is killing me. And my foot, I'm not even going to show you the foot. If I show you the foot, you're going to throw up because it's so swollen. Oh. Anyway, so I have some news today. And I don't know if it's good news or bad news. Ow. Oh. What I do know is I'm going to drink a beer, go to bed early after I take a shower. I should say try to take a shower again. And then go from there. So, I'm thinking about going back to the 24 hours. I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about getting another phone and live streaming my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 1 full year. I'm thinking it's time to go back to that and try it because I did it for a month and it worked out okay. It did pretty good. I'm thinking that's the next step. So the hard part is figuring out the logistics of it. So the logistics is the hard part. But I think I've got that figured out. Ow. Because I think I have the logistics of it figured out because I'm not dating anyone. I'm not with anyone. No one's even close to dating me. Everywhere I'll be will pretty much be in the same area. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Last time I did it, I was in a car, living in a car. Now I'm living in an RV. So I'm wondering how that's going to work. Hi, Brittany. So if I live stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 1 year, I think it might do the same thing. Hi, Danielle. I think it might do the same thing I did the last time I did. So last time I did it for 30 days and I got shadow banned. And I got shadow banned because I think I got shadow banned because I wasn't doing the driving part right. Like I should have done the driving part from a different angle. So what I probably should have done was have a camera set up in the back seat. But I think this time when I live stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'll do it very differently. I think I'll do the entire setup very different. But it was interesting because last time when I did it out of my car. I was living in a car. So if you go back to the live streams I did on this channel, I did it for 30 days straight. But it got broken up a little bit here and there because of reception and no internet and batteries dying, and it was a mess. But now I know how I can do it better this time. I don't know. What do you guys think? Bye, Williams. Let me know in the comments whether you're watching now live or you're watching later, what you think. I know this. It's not going to be easy, but it'll be fun because I'm not seeing anyone. I'm not dating anyone. The one woman I thought was my person is no longer going to be in my life. That was an interesting whole getup. Vladimir Torres. very interesting. So let me tell you how that all turned out. That's a great story. And it's a story that both is heartbreaking, but at the same time, a lesson learned in life. So let me go back to the beginning. I fell in love. I fell in love with a beautiful, wonderful, amazing woman. And not only was she physically beautiful and attractive, like on a scale of 1 to 10, she's like a 50. I mean, she's just the perfect body, the perfect smile, perfect everything. Okay. And so we start talking and we start hanging out, and like our souls started to connect. Our souls connected. And real quickly, we kind of started expressing some very intimate things. We started expressing kind of our love for each other, and nothing physical, if you get my drift, but more or less like the words coming out of our mouths and our actions, and like the way she would lay on my shoulder when I would drive, the way we would hold hands, the way we would look at each other, the way we would speak to each other. Some great stuff. Like we very much fell in love. At least I thought so. She told me I was her person, her everything, her peace. I've told her pretty much the same thing. A lot of good stuff. So anyway, she had a boyfriend at the time. I had just broken up with somebody at the time when we were expressing this. And she says to me, she calls me one day, and this is in July. And exactly 3 months ago, she calls me and she says, I'm ending it with the guy she was with. And that she told her mother that she's going to be with me now. And I guess she told a few other people. Now that's important and that's significant, okay? That's significant to this story. That she told her mother. It's significant, so remember that. Okay. So what ends up happening is a bunch of like things started happening. Like during my birthday week, she disappeared. Well, come to find out at least she says she was in and out of the doctor, in and out of the hospital, in and out of the emergency room with a fever and just all kinds of shit, right? And I believed her because her daughter and I kind of got to know each other. She's older daughter, she's 24. And we started talking a little bit here and there, just chit-chatting. And her daughter really can't lie. Maybe she can, maybe she's good at it, I don't know. So she starts telling me about her mother doesn't know how to receive love and doesn't understand, having somebody with her, and so on and so forth, so on and so forth. Keep in mind, she was in the emergency room 3 times over a 6-month period with different things that occurred to her. And her number one complaint to me when we would just talk as friends was that her boyfriend would not go see her in the hospital, would not take her to the hospital, would not come and be with her in the hospital. So the entire time while she was in an emergency room or in the hospital, she didn't want me there. Moving forward. So I start helping pay her bills and try and keep her kind of afloat. And we're making these plans and everything else. In fact, I bought this RV with the intention of her and I rebuilding it together. So we have this thing going and going and going and going and going, right? This is going to blow you away. So, her and I in 3 months have gone out on one date. And that date happened to be with her sister. I'm going to use air quotation marks here because she's not her sister biologically, I found out. She is her, like, best friend. Okay. Come to find out, the ex-boyfriend is first cousins with said friend. That's important too. Okay. So I begin to like get a little, my mind starts going to places about this woman doesn't want to ever hang out with me. She doesn't want to be with me. But then she'll turn around and she'll like say something or a series of some things. And this last time that got really funky and weird. And let me tell you how I got funky and weird, okay? I'm leaving out some of the details on purpose, just in case somebody knows this person and puts the pieces together. So I'm just going to give you what the short end of the stick is here. So I start getting text messages from a 628 area code. This is a San Francisco area code, okay? I didn't know that at the time. I thought it was like Arizona. And it kept saying stuff about this girl that I'm in love with, that I'm with. And it's all, like she's still with her ex-boyfriend, stuff like that. This is weird text. And I'm like, who is this? Now, while I was dating a family member of hers before her, I was getting text messages, but I found out who that was. I actually met that person face to face that was texting me because they offered it. So separate person, separate occasion. Here comes these text messages. They just look weird. So I got my friend Paul involved. Now, my friend Paul is a private investigator, a bounty hunter, and he is subcontracted through the federal government to go after, basically go after people across state lines. Okay, so he's the guy in Arizona. He's the guy that if you have a bail jumper in California and he goes to Colorado, he's the guy that drives and finds the dude in Colorado and brings him back to California, and he's really good. And I'm going to tell you that he used to work, I can't tell you who he worked for, but I can say that it's a 3-letter acronym. And he worked for them for 22 years. And his job at said agency, hint, hint, wink, wink, was both counterterrorism and counterintelligence. This guy is so smart and knows how to. If you leave behind any digital footprint, my buddy Paul will find you. And he took these skills that he learned since he was 17 years old in the military, up through his ranks and up through everything he went through with the agency that he worked for at the federal government. And he turned it into a very profitable business. And he gets his thrill by hunting down people and doing PI work and stuff like that, right? So he put all his skill set to use and put it to use without having to go abroad and carry a firearm or hurt anybody in a lethal sense, okay? So Paul, and by the way, Paul is not his real name. I know his real name, but it's one of his aliases. He does not use his real name for working purposes. So I sent Paul the whole thing. And Paul pinged, he calls it pinging the phone number. And when you ping a phone number, and I'm using quotation marks, it tells you the general IP address and general area where the text message or the phone call is being sent. Okay. It's how people track down your IP address or track down within a 40-mile radius where you are if you're using your cell phone and they're looking for you, okay? So he does that. And he finds out that this place is in what we call the Northeast Bay. Okay. And if you don't know where the Northeast Bay is, it's like Contra Costa County. And I was going to let it go. I actually said, you know what, Paul, that's as far as we need to go. I even screenshot all the text messages I had with Paul to this young lady, just to say, hey, look, I'm going to let it go. We've been through enough. There's been enough shit going on in our lives. Let's just let it go. She calls me and says, my mom doesn't even know about my ex-boyfriend. My mom doesn't even know about you. Nobody knows about you. Nobody knows about really my ex. Nobody knows. Now that's important and sent up a red flag in my head. Like, wait a minute. I know 4 of your sisters know about your ex. The friend or sister knows about the ex. Your mom told you over the phone in front of me that she should get rid of him. So how can she tell me over the phone that nobody knew about him, yet everybody I was around during that time period knew about this guy? Red flags start going. Then she starts yelling at me that it's got to be somebody that knows me that's screwing around with me. Well, nobody knows about her. In fact, the 4 people I've talked to about her only know about her nickname. Hey, Jax. Only know about her nickname. They don't know her real name. They don't know anything about an ex-boyfriend or anything else. All I've ever told them is that she, used to be heavy into the music industry. That's all I ever said. Hey, buddy, how's it going? I'm going to go back to live streaming 24 hours pretty soon. I'm going to do the 1 year. I've got it all figured out, mapped out. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Let me finish this up. So here's what happens. So my buddy Paul, I call him and say, hey, you know what? I changed my mind. Find out who the hell this is that's texting me. And he found the person. And actually what's interesting is the person he found is a relative of the person that actually was sending the text. So early this morning, I met up with the person that was sending me these text messages. By the way, it's no one I know at all. And the only reason why they knew what I looked like was because a person close to the situation showed them my TikTok channel. Nice, brother, nice. Good job, Jax. Nice. So they recognized me. They sat down. It was a man and a woman. And we sat down and we had a 2-hour conversation. Their connection to this woman that I was in love with was interesting. Very interesting. I'm not going to tell you how because it might give away something. And as I said, I don't want to give away anybody's identity. I'm not that guy. What I will tell you is that it was so interesting that I followed up. I actually got them, I don't know how, but I got their IDs. I'm not going to tell you how, but I got their IDs, photographed their IDs, sent their IDs to Paul, and Paul gave me a full background on them. And sure enough, they are connected to her family. They're not family, but they're connected to the family. I'm not going to tell you how. They are. And this is what ended up happening. So I asked, what made you text me all this? What made you want to share this information with me? What made you do this? And the girl, she's I'm not gonna tell you the age, but we'll say she's younger, said, I watched your TikTok channel and I watched the interview with your daughters, and you look like just a really good dad and like a really good man. And she goes, the things they say about you in that house, the things they say about you when they're all at the house drinking, is despicable. Happy birthday. And then the coup de grace was a time-stamped photo showing everyone, including the ex-boyfriend, doing a shot at a house that I'm very familiar with. And the time stamp was for 2:30 in the morning. And his hand is around her shoulder and on her breast. So I had my buddy Paul, I got the photo. I sent the photo to Paul, say, hey, is this AI? Is this Photoshop? Give me the skinny on it. Says the timestamp and everything else legit, John. So today, without hesitation, I got in the car. I started driving down the 680. If you know what the 680 is, if you're in Northern California. Drove down the 680. Got to the 680, 580 interchange, if you know where that's at. All right, Jax, have a good night. And the photo's on my phone. I'm not going to show you the photo. And so I pull over and I eat at a Carl's Jr. And as I eat as a Carl's Jr., I find myself blocking her family members, blocking the friends I know about, blocking everybody I could think of off my phone, off social media. 680 is a freeway. No, my car is a Hyundai. And so I'll never see her again or hear from her again by my choice. Because one phone. Here's the bottom line. If I'm pretty mad. I'm sorry. Give me a second. If I don't want to confront her, because here's the thing. She didn't cheat on me. The reason why she didn't cheat on me was because about a month ago, a little over a month ago, I asked her if I was her man, and she texted me back saying, I thought we were working towards that. I'm confused. I thought we were working towards that. So nothing was official, so she didn't cheat on me with this guy. But she definitely was using me. I'm mad because I should have known better. I'm more mad at myself. I'm not mad at her. I'm more mad at myself. That's why I had to block her on everything, because she's very manipulative and she's a very good master manipulator. I knew that going into it. So, as Elsa would say from Frozen, let it go, let it go. No, I don't play games. I don't play games. That's probably my problem. So it was a very interesting day. Very interesting day. Now, what's interesting is this is actually her fault. So if she's sitting around wondering why she can't call, she can't text, why none of her family can get a hold of me, none of her friends can get a hold of me, why they're all blocked on social media, all blocked on the phone, she's actually got nobody to blame but herself, because she pushed me to figure out who this was. Got no one to blame but yourself. So if she ever sees this, you got nobody to blame but yourself. I wanted to let it go, but you pushed, and then you started telling lies, and then the lies you told don't add up with a guy with a photographic memory, don't add up with conversations that have occurred in 2025. So if you just let it go like I was going to let it go, I would have been in ignorant bliss. But I think what happened was, I think when she told me to push and go find this person, I don't think she thought I was going to find him. Or she was hoping that it was somebody that was just screwing with me. Nope. It's someone that knows the situation inside and out of the entire family. Stuff I don't even talk about. I've never told anyone the name of her nephew and nieces. Never. Never even told people about the nephew and nieces situation and that whole family situation. What was scary is when I sat down and they knew the first and last name of the kids, and the last name's not the same as hers or any of the other family members. It's the last name of the dad of the kids, which I've never told anyone about the dad of the kids or any of the info. That info I have never shared with anybody. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do anything stupid, I don't say anything stupid. I keep things to myself. When these people know, when people know that stuff and the whole volatile situation that is going on there, man. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to go live on another channel. Be back.